Well, it's a bit late at the night. Late in the night to record another episode of 사전미팅. I wonder if you can hear it or not, but it's really quiet in here in my studio. The studio is it's actually book cafe and also a reading lounge called Loud Library, and today's word is because of the silence. It's the word silence, which is included in volume 9 of this magnificent dictionary, and it's a volume 9 part 1, SI to ST, which means we can actually expect that the word silence will come up in the early, probably very, very early portion of this volume. Probably sub 100, right? So this is page 21, but we can actually see sidewise. So silence must be very near sight. Señorita. Okay. Silence. Yay. Found it already. So silence is here. Right. Okay, silencer and silencing. So silence is not that loud. It ends here, so it's from here. It's not that long. The reason why I picked the word silence is not only because it's really quiet tonight in my studio, but also I've been living in this studio, hanging out this studio for quite some time, and under a strong, ridiculous amount of noise. And because my studio is in the basement, and the funny thing is the other tenants, business owners I should say, that's living right up myself, which is the first floor of this very building, and the previous owners of the first floor, they were so noisy. And the first one, which is before the previous owner, he actually ran a restaurant, like a Korean barbecue style, and pork barbecue place, and it was terrible. It was so dirty that before him it was also a restaurant that some sort of a some boiling stuff, and like a shabu shabu thing, and he was so clean, and I swear to God, I never saw a bug in my studio that is attracted by that restaurant owner or that restaurant, because he kept this restaurant and whole place so clean. And then the funny thing is that pork guy, when he got the business right up over my head and on the first floor, and probably less than a year, I saw like groups and groups of cockroaches within the first 3 months, and less than a year I saw rats. See, it's really dirty. And the thing is, it's not because of pork, it's about how you do that. It's not just because it's a pork restaurant. I don't want to blame on particular menu or particular types of food or whatever. It's because of that owner, who keeps the place dirty, nasty. And the thing is, the whole smell of the building, this 6-story building, changed due to just because of one tenant. That's a funny thing. It's only one element of various things, and it changed everything, just like in life, right? And again, that restaurant was so freaking noisy, and I'm not talking about the noises, created by visitors. I mean, the eaters. You know, it's not because of the customers. It's always 100% because of the restaurant and the workers at that restaurant. They always drop something, like drop metal bowl, like huge scissors that probably there to cut the pork meat. I mean, they always drop something. And the funny thing is, the owner had two sons, and those guys always during after their working hours. So let's say they close the restaurant at midnight, and then the sons, first it's son, but it was son. I think it were sons, but later only the first son. I mean, one man out of two sons keep drinking, and they drink until like from midnight to like 3:30, or sometimes past 4 a.m. In the morning. I mean, like, and he keeps making all those noises by dropping something, dragging chair and table and blah blah blah, and it always created a lot of noises, and it disturbed not only my sleeping, not only my sleep, but it also disturbed my recording processes. And it made me to record my last album, which is my last full length album. That's a fourth album, a self-titled album called Jimmy's Dream, and it contains 60 songs, and all those 60 songs, at least 48 tracks, 48 songs of out of that 60. I have to try to dodge those noises and noise creating time, try to avoid that time to to record as cleanly as possible. It was horrible. And after them, there was a like a doshirak, like a making food, and packed food, or like a group of people, when there's offices and like a movie filming making places. I mean, you need food, right? And they make a lot of food for a group of people, and they pack them so you can eat it there. So these guys are not actually a restaurant. They claim they are some sort of a restaurant, but it's not a restaurant. I mean, you cannot eat there, and they do not have a customer in the first floor of this building as a regular restaurant or previous owner before him. So they only cook the food and pack them and send out to the customer's client's location. And the thing is, man, they were always lousy. I mean, noisy. Again, like seriously. And it's because they never dropped anything. The funny thing is, but they always hit something on the ground, or they were so doing anything so so nasty, they do they don't do brushing like this. They brushing like this, and they make a lot of noises, and couldn't believe why they always did it like that. I mean, but anyway, they make a lot of noises. So yeah, it's I got really, I wouldn't put this as a perfect word, but it's a little bit of paranoid, of the loud noises, because I've been I've been forced to listen to those noises for almost like plus 5 plus 6 plus years, and it's just it's been a nasty experience. So it's kind of I'm kind of feel blessed to be in this amount of silence these days, and it's a wonderful thing. Silence is always great. And you know what, the word silence reminds me the great book from Mr. Thomas Harris, The Silence of Lambs. Um you, all you guys probably watched the film based on that novel, featuring Jodie Foster. Was a beautiful film, like Anthony Hopkins, of course, as a Dr. Richter. And Thomas Harris is the great writer that actually made me to discover it's not the suspense of a plot. He helped me to discover this taste in a sentence, in a writing. It's amazing. He is just an amazing guy, and I believe Mr. Thomas Harris is probably the best of the best writers of our time. Anyway, enough for the silence. I need some silence in my mouth. And let's just look up for the word silence here. It starts here. Silence. And it was also start with the form like this. SCILENCE. It's a silence. C is quiet, C is silent, of course. Okay. And SCYLENS. Yes, SCYLENS and CI lens. SY lens. Okay, a lot of silences in there. Okay, so the fact of abstaining or forbearing from speech or utterance. Sometimes with reference to a particular matter, the state or condition resulting from this: muteness, reticence, taciturnity. Occasionally with a or in plural. Okay. For the proverbial phrase, silence gives consent. See, consent. Okay. Here's an example from very, very long time ago. Like a 1225 here. 이내, silence, and 이내, 호흡 shall be on or strengnico. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Coverdale, 1535 here. V, but it's unto men gain air, and with silence with sy lens, they tarried for my counsel. Okay, have no idea what that means. Let's get it closer here. Okay, 1597, Shakespeare, Henry IV here. No word to your master that I am yet in town. There's no word to your master that I'm yet in town. There's for your silence. Much better. Okay. I think this is Ozell 1720. Here, the people intimidated, kept in a profound silence for some time. Man, beautiful. I will read it again. The people intimidated, kept in a profound silence for some time. Nothing gives deeper silence as horror. Right? It's beautiful. Okay. Cowper, 1781. The tongue shall own itself a stammerer in that cause, or plead its silence as its best applause. That's almost a winner today. Tonight. It's self-philosophical, but yet it's poetic and it's freaking beautiful. I'll read it again, of course. Okay. Cowper, 1781. The tongue shall own itself a stammerer in that cause, or plead its silence as its best applause. Fucking hell, it's beautiful. All right, Emerson, 1847. Yeah, taught my lips in a single speech and 1,000 silences. This is beautiful too. Jesus. Okay, 1875. Fara, silence and speech. Let me see this. Here. What is called the silence of ignorance may sometimes be the silence of reputation. Repudiation. Sometimes even the reticence of scorn. Okay. Let's find out something else. Let's do break silence. Break the silence. Okay. From silence, but the speaking. Nope. Nope. Milton. And where silence broke. Cleave. Francis Horrors. Okay. But Crow is list. No. Put the silence. Okay. Argument. Cliff. Phrases. Spear. And put the silence. Nope. Okay. Used. Imperatively be silent, make no noise. Okay. Milton, silence yet troubled, waves and thou deep peace. No. The state or condition when nothing is audible, absence of all sound or noise, complete quietness or stillness, noiselessness, sometimes personified. Also, constant of okay. Trivia. Darkness. Thing is subtlest known if no thing is. Shakespeare Hamlet. But as we often see against strong a silence. No, Malton and Paul the secret is okay through the soft silence of listening night. Nope. 32. A clear arm. No. League and League of Silence. Huh. This is funny. I like it. Here, 1878. Browning. Can I sharpen ear to recognize sound over league and league of silence? Huh. You know what? If there's a league and league of silence, you don't have to sharpen your ear to recognize the sound, right? Because it's a silence. So if there's a sound, I mean, you cannot be unheard. You will hear some sound because there's all silence. It's like a still water, and you throw a stone over it, it will make a, like a splash sound. Also, the visual difference of because of the wave. But this is funny. Sharpening someone's ear. Can I sharpen ear to recognize the sound of a league and league of silence? Which means it's not because it's actually silent, the outside world. It makes sound, but you are not hearing it. You actually define it silent or league and leagues of silence because you are not hearing it, because of your ear. Because you are refuse to hear the sound of the world. That's because you define it silent, right? So, sharpen ear to recognize the sound over league and league of silence. I think this is the winner of tonight. It's a beautiful sentence, I think. But yet we will I'm gonna read again another beautiful sentence we found earlier. Where is it? Here. Well, the tongue shall own itself a stammerer in that cause, or plead its silence as its best applause. All right, I have to fade away into the silence. Sleep tight, everyone.